Right, this is a road test for a Kia Sportage. This is a 2 litre XE, registered CK09GGU. The mileage at the start of this brief road test is 71,836 miles. Reason we do these road tests is basically we're selling to people from all over the continent and the extremes of the UK, and we just want people to know if they're going to make a trip to us, that they can do so with confidence, and also to see the vehicle you're looking to come and see actually in operation prior to you heading towards us. What I try and do on the road test is to kind of mimic what you'll do yourself on exactly the same roads as you'll be test driving, and just to give you some feedback on the vehicle that I can for you, kind of warts and all. This car's literally just come in on part exchange to us. They've just bought a Honda Accord from us, and this is my second drive in the car after testing it when they came in last week. So starting with the engine on the car, it's been very well looked after mechanically. It's had its cam belt changed, but that's all in the detail on the advert itself. But the engine starts on the button, very smooth, very quiet. There's no warning lights on the car at all. It idles beautifully, very, very evenly, and it pulls through its rev range, very, very nicely indeed. The engine obviously runs through clutch and gearbox. Clutch is light as a feather. There's no strange noises when the clutch pedal is pushed in or taken out again, and the actuation on the pedal is quiet and smooth. No clicks or squeaks or otherwise on there. Gearbox on the car, 5-speed gearbox. Very nice shift actually. It's the first time I've driven one of these cars. It's got a nice kind of weight to it. It finds its way home really nicely, so all the synchromesh seems in very good order, but the actual linkage itself is nice and tight. There doesn't seem any sort of noticeable wear on there at all actually. It's in very, very nice order. It's as a package, it just drives very, very nicely. Just gotta wait for this lorry to go. Just going to round the roundabout before I carry on. The brakes on the car, really lovely solid feel to the brake pedal. Just going to dab them now, right at the top of the pedal. There's no pulsing on the pedal itself or sort of grinding noises from underneath. Suggests obviously that the brakes are in good order underneath. We'll check them anyway, but certainly from the drive of the car, they feel very good indeed. I can tell the wipers are good. Lovely thundery day today. 2 days of nice weather, and then all hell breaks loose. Suspension of the car, actually a very smooth riding car. Again, actually very pleasantly surprised by just how nicely this car does drive. The suspension is smooth on the road. When it goes over a bump you can hear it, but you don't hear any sort of strange sort of clanks or bangs or rattles underneath. Sometimes with a bit of suspension, wear on the car with a few miles, you get a few sort of anti-roll bar links or ball joints or little rubber bushes chattering away, but it's utterly silent actually. Likewise, steering on the car, tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no hint of a vibration coming back through the steering wheel, apart from obviously just what you can feel on the road itself. And the steering's got a nice positive action. Again, can't feel a hint of wear in the steering of the car at all. As soon as I turn the wheel, the car wants to go. Again, it doesn't feel like any play or any looseness that can be attached. Sometimes the car can be well looked after, but still just feel a little bit tired and a bit old. But this does drive very, very, very sweetly indeed actually. Again, driving at speed, just listening out for wind noises that shouldn't be there, but there are none. Certainly there's no suggestion that there's any kind of windows with seals gone or windscreen not fitted quite right. It's all actually very nice and quiet and very refined actually for this age and sort of type of car. Looking inside, apart from obviously we're going to give the car valet, it's not been cleaned at this stage, but it's in very, very nice order. We know the customers from old. They've had a car from us previously, and I know the chap keeps his cars well. And this car is no exception in that sense. It's the interior is in very, very nice order. The briefest of valets will make the car look very nice inside, but it's all very nice. There's no obvious damage, skags or marks on the car, anything like that. Quite sure this chap's doing in front. There we go. So yeah, I mean, it's all in very nice order. The air conditioning is a really muggy day, as I said, it is thundery, and that's lovely ice cold air conditioning, pumping air out at the moment. Everything I've works absolutely fine. I've not pressed a button, nothing hasn't worked. Dashboard itself, nice clear legible dials there, and you know, rev counter, MPH, speedo readout all working perfectly. Odometer, there's no pixelation on the display there at all, and I've got a temperature gauge reading around about a third of the way, which is pretty much spot on for this type of car. So it's, you know, running at ideal temperatures as well. But all in all, I said, you know, it's you know, I'm here. If there is an issue with the car, I can raise, you know, any issues with them, and I have done on previous videos. But to be perfectly fair to the car, it does drive very, very nicely indeed. It's you know, it's not an expensive way to get into you know, this type of vehicle, but it certainly feels robust. It feels tight, and certainly if anyone's going to be coming any kind of distance to us, you can do so with the confidence that the car drives exactly as I said it does. It's you know, these are sort of tighter, twisty little lanes, deliberately pushing it a little bit harder just to get a feel for anything that might be awry, but there really is nothing at all. Really, I said, I'm genuinely and pleasantly surprised by just how well the car drives compared to sort of earlier sort of Kia models, which I was never particularly endeared by. But this is a very, very nice drive. But anyway, I hope that's given you sort of some feedback on the car. If there's anything I missed on the test drive, then you know, don't hesitate. Do give us a call, and we'll answer any questions you may have. As I said, based on what I've driven so far in the car, it seems like a very nice example of what's a, you know, very handy little car.